So anyway, Starwood was a lot of fun for me. Everybody was so inviting. One of the things that they say is welcome home, or welcome home depending on who you're talking to, and it's always so uplifting. You so feel like you're actually home with people who actually care and actually understand you, and it was always, the best thing that I can think of. And sorry about that, I was adjusting the camera. I felt very happy being there. I never felt bad about being anywhere, and I've been there 2 years now, and I plan on going again this year. Even if I have to hitchhike my way from Michigan to New York, I'm going. Because, it's a lot of fun, and it's always happy, and I always feel happy being there. And that's another reason why I went Wicca, was because I felt very accepted, never judged for it, except for people of other faith. They still judge me, but they don't exactly count. Now do they? Well, they do, but I don't take their harsh words to heart. They have their opinions, I have mine, we live on, we're happy. So, other than, feeling repressed and feeling unhappy with myself being who I am and everything like that, the only other reason why I'm a Wicca is because it felt right. Have you ever just gotten that feeling where you sit up in your bed one morning and you say, this is not right, this is not who I am, this is not who I'm supposed to be, I need to change. And like some famous person says, I can never remember, and I know my great-grandmother said it, my mother says it, and I say it, if you want the world to change, you have to change it yourself. You cannot wait for other people to change it for you, because it will not happen. And nobody will do something for you that you can't do for yourself. If you want something bad enough, you get up off your butt and you do it, and you just go for it, because nothing will come to you for free. You don't start off at the top of a company. You start from the bottom and you work your way up. You cannot expect to always have the best all the time. You need to work your way up into things, and it always works that way. That's one other reason why I went with Wicca, is even if you start at the bottom, even though you do start at the bottom, you have to start at the bottom, it's never a bad thing. It's always a good thing. It's always working your way up through the magic and knowing where your limitations are and where you can grow and where you can be who you want to be. Sorry, distraction. And, I never felt wrong with that. I belly dance. I'm not very good, but I'm learning and I'm working my way up with that, because I know where I want to start. I want to start at the bottom and work my way up. Same with getting a job. You start at the bottom and you work your way up. You cannot expect to start at the top. It just doesn't work that way. I know some people think, well, I can get to the top of anything. I can be anything I want to be. It doesn't matter what anybody else says. It's another reason why I'm a little disappointed with some of the people that live around here. They think just because they have status, they can get whatever they want. An example is I was in Walmart yesterday, and I was standing in line getting iced tea, and these 3 people, anyway, the example was, in Walmart getting iced tea in line, and there was quite a long line. It was the self-checkout line, so, there was people waiting, they were doing their self-checkouts, there was the people in all 4 lines, and when all 4 areas are filled up, you wait in the line back behind the back ones, and you just wait till one of them opens up. Well, I'm waiting there, and these 3 people show up. Now, I have nothing against blondes or anything, because I met a really lot of nice, intelligent ones, but these people their hair color was really blonde, and it was more of a mindset than anything. They were very preppy, prissy, stuck up looking, very self-centered people, very negative aura. They just blow by everybody who's waiting in line for one of the open things, goes up to one of them because somebody just left and I was gonna go get it, the next one, and blows right up into it, and then thinks, you know, well, I can be whatever, so she just goes out and check out now. And that was one of the times that I really wish I was not too nice to just say something and tell her straight out of how rude it was that she did that. Kind of sucks sometimes. But that's another reason why I've kind of have not a lack of faith, but a lack of support for some people. You know, there's such a mindset that it just gets a little ridiculous after a while. So I never cast any spells against somebody in a negative way, or barely cast a lot of spells anyway. Do a lot more on myself because I sometimes have a bit of an angerment issue, but that's getting worked with. But the other reason why, you know, besides being it was repressive in my former, I feel more freer now. I have more sense of myself and sense worth of sense, is that I refuse to ever be conformed to anything again. There's the Unitarian Church. They're interesting. They welcome Wiccans and everything, but it's still a little too conformative for my taste. This one is a lot more freer, and would actually be something I would recommend to a lot of people. A lot of people who I know, I've told them about Wicca. I don't proselytize. I refuse. If they want to learn about it, I'll gladly tell them books that they can read and everything, but I refuse to ever proselytize. And I know too many people who try to sell their religion, and it gets a little ridiculous. And, this is Lupin. Say hi, Lupin. This is one of my 5 cats. And I refuse to proselytize. I know a lot of people who do, and it gets a little old, it gets annoying, and how close-minded people are. When I go to the when I go to the New Age section in the bookstore, I normally go to Barnes and Nobles because that's the only place. Barnes and Nobles because that's the only place we have here in town that sells books like this. Besides Walmart, but they don't sell anything that we like. But anyway, go in there and they have the Anton LaVey Satanic Bibles with the New Age section. Now, yes, it would be considered New Age, but it shouldn't be mixed in with those kind of books. I mean, I have nothing against it in this.